Just the turnaround, especially in the third quarter you saw from your team, what impressed you guys, rather you the most?
We picked it up on the defensive end. We got aggressive, played our style of basketball, which led us to getting all the wins early in the season. So we just played more aggressive, played our style of basketball.
How have you seen Roddy impact the bench, whether it be from coaching or just the playmaking he makes on the floor?
He experienced. He played in the NBA, very experienced, very a leader. He's a leader out there, and he helped us out a lot.
Felt like you were feeling at a certain moment when you hit that 1-3. What's it like to get in that moment? And
it feels good, especially it was a good crowd today, so it was fun just performing in front of the kids, so it was good.
Did you guys hear each other at all?
Yeah, we could. Well, especially the coaches, they always talking to us, so we hear them a lot. But we was very vocal today.
Seeing Chucky there, coach kind of gave credit to the fact that you guys are so good defensively because he was there motivating you, but seeing him back and recovering, what's it mean to you as a teammate?
I got a chance to chop it up with him on the bench, man. He taught me a lot. He was playing and learning from him. He was out there. I just told him, man, everything works out. He's gonna work. He's a dog, so whenever he come back, he's gonna perform. So.
Jarkel, one of the things I admire about you is you always seem to be in a positive mood. At what point is that just instilled through family, or is that something you figured out somewhere along the way that?
It's mentally, if you're positive, especially being a point guard out there, you have to be positive. You got to be an extension of the coaches out there. And if I'm down, my team will be down. So, and plus it's still with my family. My dad talked to me all the time, speaking positively in my life. So me and my dad talk every single day. We talk about positivity.
My dad's a miserable old bugger. That's kind of that's why I was asking. But I didn't finally ask you the same thing. Patriots or Seahawks Sunday?
I got Tyson. Tyson. He a Seahawks fan, so I told him to cheer for him a little bit.
Oh, so you don't want to talk about Seahawks or Patriots?
I mean, I really haven't watched football this season, to be honest. But best of luck to both teams. I mean, I remember, what was that, 8th grade that it was the goal line interception with Malcolm Butler. So I was an avid Patriots hater growing up, but I respect Tom Brady and his greatness as well. So.
Well, we respect the game that you had today, Coach. Everyone giving credit for how you switched that momentum. As one of the vets on the team, how does it make you feel when you see that impact that, you may preach them, but you actually can make it happen on the court?
Yeah, no, it feels good. Always to be recognized, as well as knowing that the way that I play can affect the game that much. Setting the table for the guys, leading by example. That's something that we got to continue to do down the season, and we play our best basketball and have the most fun when that happens.
The road trip had some highs and lows towards it. What do you feel you took away from it, or you wanted the team to take away?
Yeah, I think just getting back to who we are. The sense of urgency that we need, sharing the ball, guarding on defense. Again, everyone had heavy legs. It's a rough road trip, 3 weeks out from Paramount, so it felt good to be back home and in front of our fans.
Talk about that moment where you did that giant stretch and just snapped that ball right out of the air. How good did that feel?
Oh, it felt great. Just trying to just get the defensive stop, get the steal, and everything like that. So I don't know how I did it, but I just did it. So
I know you're a veteran in the league. It's just a unique time of year within the association with the trade deadline. How do you guys just deal with that? Do you stay offline?
Oh no, we're watching everything. Yeah, no, we're fans of it as well, and it's always a unique time in the NBA. And you start having theories on your own, and you start having mock drafts and things like that. But no, it's fun. Everyone is trying to win a championship, so whatever helps them, win a championship, that's what they're gonna do.
Any moves surprise you yet?
Not too much. My best friend Jaren got traded from Memphis. Much respect to Jaren and the Grizzlies organization, and again, that's a chapter closed, so I'm excited for him. But again, he's a great guy, and I know he's going to do well.
School day game here, the kids, and so what do you remember about the first pro game you went to as a kid? What was your first exposure? Because you're that for those kids.
That's a great question. So my very first professional game was a Twins game against the Oakland A's with my uncle. We were super, super high up, and I had my glove and everything. I'm like, hit it over here. And there was absolutely no way that it would reach. My first NBA basketball game was the T-Wolves versus the 76ers, before trusting the process 76ers. So Tony Groton killed us. It was like Luke Ridnour, Nikola Pekovic, that T-Wolves, before Cat. So, we lost that game. So, but yeah, that was a fun time.
Then your Super Bowl prediction.
My Super Bowl prediction, as a Vikings fan and a Sam Darnold fan, seeing Sam Darnold in the Super Bowl kind of hurts a little bit, but I'm cheering for Sam Darnold, for sure.
Just the urgency and the change you saw specifically in that third quarter from your squad.
Just a credit to our habits, especially offensively. I really shouted out David Roddy post-game. The way he moved the ball, it seemed like he made every right play on offense. He got off it when there was 2 on the ball. He shot it when he was open. When he engaged an extra defender, he made the right play. And I thought that was contagious going into that third quarter that we had, that monster third quarter. And so kudos to him for his experience. We talked about it earlier. He's a guy that can really get downhill and shoot it, but his decision-making and playmaking I thought was awesome, and it bled throughout our young team.
AJ was just speaking after just about the physicality of the game. Every game is physical, but this one felt a little bit more than others. But how do you think they handled it and also brought it?
I think when we're challenged, that's when we're at our best. I think our challenge is bringing that level of intensity and urgency from the very jump. You know, we can't wait until we get elbowed. We can't wait until, you know, we get knocked down or we get pushed. We got to step on the floor with that, right? That's what separates us from guys at the next level, right? They walk onto the floor ready to go take what's there. So I love the mentality. I thought, you know, our 905 alum, TP came in and his effort defensively was awesome. So he kind of jumped right in, but we got a full team effort, and then it's just fun to watch when you have everyone committing to the cause.
Chucky, I know obviously he's not going to play because he's recovering, but seeing him on the bench and being around the team, just seeing him around the organization right now.
I'll tell you what, that's the best we played defensively in a few games, and I'm accredited to Chucky being there. You know, his presence is felt even on crutches, right? But you know, it's great to have him around. He's still being a leader and a coach, you know, even though he can't step from the court. So love having him here, and the guys do as well.
So the third quarter was the difference, the points and the defense between the transition.
Yeah. The difference was I thought it started with our defense. I thought in that second quarter in particular we allowed our lack of ball movement and shooting offensively to kind of impact our defense, right? They went zone for a bit. It kind of paralyzed us very briefly. We snapped out of it. But I thought that allowed, you know, to impact our defense. That third quarter, you know, whether shots went in or not, and they tend to fall when you're defending a little bit better. But we just didn't allow what was happening on offense to impact our defense. And I thought that's what was the difference in that quarter.
You're a little bit more animated today than other games I've seen. How do you tiptoe that line of like, hey, they need to hear it a little bit more from me today, or to just kind of let them play through it? How do you tiptoe that line in your own mind?
Just a feel. Try to feel what your team needs. If they need that jolt, you know, if they're playing hard but not executing, you communicate a certain way. If they're executing but maybe playing a little softer, then you got to communicate in a certain way. So I just kind of gauge what our team needs and in that moment, and then I try to get them going best I can.
The Super Bowl Sunday, Seahawks or Patriots?
My birds in it, so I could care less. You know, I'm gonna just enjoy the game.